All the links you need to join my chat or take action on the course or the mentorship are here. Otherwise, click that Twitter link to private message me. How's it going, everyone? It's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another Gala update. Please do like, subscribe and comment for the algorithm, as YouTube's all about engagement. And so unfortunately I have to keep asking you guys, because if we're not getting those comments or the likes, then YouTube won't push this content out to anyone, apart from my subscribers, of course. So when we're looking at Gala, in the last few updates, we've been talking about this large M pattern over here in which the conservative targets have been met. So that was the first 0.5 Fibonacci, as well as another target down over here. We are simply still waiting for the 618 because that was a more aggressive target. But let's see if we've now met we've met the 0.5. Let's see if we've now met the first conservative target. That'll be measuring from the highest body candle closes back down to the neckline over here, in which we're using the neckline today, in the last few days, as the 0.382 fib, because we know on the loss of this fib level we are going to head to the fib level below. But yeah, if this fib level was not here, I would actually be using that lowest body candle close right there. But in this scenario, because there's other things in place, I'm going to be using that 382, and we can see in actual fact that we've met this less aggressive target. I'm going to take this back now, because if we now take it to the more aggressive target, if I shift this to the left over here and we take it to the highest wick right up there, we can see that on the breakdown over here, it's calling for this 618 right there, 0.2643281. So I would always front run, I would always put it a little bit higher, but let's see if this will actually be met. Right now, what I would say is that we're trapped beneath this support, so it's now resistance. The 0.5 is now at resistance. So even if we're now coming up into it, I would expect a rejection. Now, that's my expectation, right? But me personally, I'm always reacting. So if I'm seeing a daily candle close above it, then it seems as if we're trying to invalidate this target. So if we now start to come up now and we don't reject it and we actually close above and we retest its support, that means we're trying to get back up to the 382. Because it's the neckline of the pattern, we can still get sent down here. That's the most annoying thing about it. But if we can pull back, hold key levels of support and break through, retest this neckline now as support, then we will invalidate any further downside. But we're getting a lot of FUD at the moment, aren't we, with Gala? With the version 2 coming out, not a lot of people know really what to do. I don't know too much myself. Just do some further research. I don't own any Gala at this current time. I will be buying some, but I'm simply just going to be waiting for this FUD event and this version 2 to come out. So that's personally me. I'm quite lucky that I'm not in it yet, but it's a project that I've been following for the last, since 2 years ago, 2021. But because it was so high back then in 2021, I did not touch this crypto at all. Actually, quite a few followers telling me, Louis, you need to look at this gem. So I was like, guys, thank you for showing it to me. But because it's so high up at the moment, so deep into the bull run, I wasn't looking to buy any cryptos. I was only adding to my cryptos I was already invested to. But yeah, still haven't got any Gala at the moment. Actually quite lucky the fact that it did do such a large pump right over here to the left of 300%, but is now currently down about 54%. So from the low over here, from its low currently, it is only up about 86%. So that for me is quite incredible. I think even if we go over to Bitcoin real quick, we can see how high Bitcoin is from the low, and that is pretty similar with Gala. So I am going to be looking to pick up some Gala from a technical aspect with no emotion being involved. This should hold a support. But we're looking at other things, of course. Bitcoin is on the verge of losing 27k. When that happens, things will start to capitulate. Bitcoin will start to head down towards 25. I know that's only a 2k drop, but you're going to see for alts. Alts will get rinsed, guys. Alts will get destroyed. They look like poo at the moment. Although I was calling for this M pattern in which we've met 2 targets at the moment, there is potential for this third target over here out of the most aggressive target. However, this double top over here could just be one top, and this could be a second top, or you can call it a descending triangle, and this would be calling for a short all the way down to here. It's calling for a retracement all the way back down to the 1 fib level, maybe even lower. Let's see. So yeah, no, pretty much to the 1 fib level. So that's saying on the loss of the 0.5, which is again this would be your neckline. So although we have to say technically it's now valid, me personally, I would wait for the 0.618 to be lost, because again, we're still in that area, forgetting the pattern's target right now, just talking about the rules of the Fibonacci's, after such a rally, which is, look, it looks like a straight line, doesn't it? And that's not good, guys. But very nice that it was aggressive, just that it was too straight. It went up in a straight line. We do tend to see this in bull markets, so that's a good thing to let you guys know. However, it's because it's come up so fast, we're going to go down very excruciatingly slow. And this is what we tend to see in bull markets. Now I'm going to show you the opposite in bear markets, where we come down very, very fast. And when we're correcting sideways, we're doing it for so long. When we're coming up and correcting sideways, we're doing it for so long. So it would be the opposite in a bull market. We're going up fast and then we're correcting sideways for very long. And we're seeing potentially quite a similar thing over here, in which we started to come up very fast and now we're correcting. And then when we do correct, look, we've pretty much been up here since the beginning of January. So like the last few days of last year and then the first week of this year, it was going up. And then since then, for the past 4.5 months, guys, it's just been sideways correcting and slowly downwards, but correcting for the last 4.5 months, guys. Quite similar to what we were seeing within the bull market. Let me know if there's a Gala chart that actually goes back before this. This could be its inception, I don't know. But yeah, this is just essentially what we see in bull markets. So right now we need to, of course, hold the 1 fib level. Otherwise we will be looking at these as our price targets. In the immediate short term, we need to hold this level over here. Otherwise we are returning to this 1 fib level. So we're pretty much at an amazing long-term buying opportunity if we're not talking emotionally, if we're not looking at the other events going on around crypto, looking at Bitcoin potentially coming back down lower. If we weren't looking at any of those other scenarios and just reading the rules of the fibs, then we're pretty much in the perfect spot to go up, right? Because we've retraced where we need to go to. We're down there. It looks so ugly, and that's why it's harder to buy right now. And so that's why it could actually go up from here, because that's the rules of the fibs. But we're not silly. We're looking at other events, so what's going on in and around the market, and we can see that Bitcoin potentially could be heading lower. And with that, there are bearish patterns forming on Gala, so I've shown you them today. Well, the new ones, we've already met the targets out of the first set, and now we've got a second set over here with the larger M pattern or descending triangle, whatever you want to call it. The neckline's been lost, but I would actually be waiting for the 618 to see if that's lost, because using the rules of the fibs on the loss of the 618, you're creating the reversal wave, suggesting that you want to actually come down and test the 1 fib level. And then we have the M pattern over here acting as confluence, like agreeing with that essentially. So let's see, will this last layer of defense hold to give us some great long-term buying opportunities, or are we going to get cheaper Gala with also this version 2 coming out in place? I personally don't hold any Gala at the moment, but I will be looking to do so, because you know, we want to be buying when there's blood. And of course, when this swap over happens, I don't know if it's happened already, but we've just got a lot of things going on in the market at the moment that could send prices lower. So I'm going to be personally waiting, although from a non-emotional aspect, we're sort of in the perfect location. Let's see. I don't mind waiting for it to start to come back up and reclaiming those EMAs. Again, we're going to get this bullish continuation only on the break of the 200, which would be breaking this lower high, telling us that we'd get to this high, but it's only telling us that we're going to get up there. Once 6.2 cent is actually broken above, then we know we're going to get this bullish continuation. Personally, me, I wouldn't even mind buying up there. I know from today's current price that would be a 100% move if we are above there, but there's a lot going on at the moment, because equally, guys, if we do actually head down to the 1 fib level, that's another minus 50%, and already from the top over here, you've pretty much done that. So over here, from the top back down to there, we can see a minus 75% move, which wouldn't be the best, of course, if you had bought up here. No worries, because of course in the long term we do expect Gala to head back up to the high over here at some point in the future. It's just, are we in the perfect location to now head up higher, or are we going to come back down lower, because we have these bearish patterns forming? We have the FUD events hovering around us with this version 2 of Gala coming out. Not a lot of people understand if they should just hold their coins, or if they have to take it out of their offline wallets or take it back to the exchanges, or if there are certain exchanges won't change it for them. Personally, when it's come down to Ethereum, and I've gone through the Ethereum upgrade, they just gave you a new Ethereum essentially, however many you had, and then they also changed the old Ethereum to like Ethereum proof of work or whatever, and you kept those, but they became pretty much worthless, and then you've got your new ones. This is how it's always worked out for me, but again, as I don't own Gala at the moment, I'm not too sure, but that's what I've experienced with Ethereum. Hopefully this has been informative for you today. Let's see what's going on. Please let me know in the comment section below if you think that Gala will actually head up from here, because from a non-emotional aspect and not looking at fundamentals and not looking at that the wider scenario, then we're in the perfect location to go up. But let me know your thoughts with what is all going on at the moment. Do you think that we'll meet this target down here? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.